So here I am, made it, upstate New York, Lake George region. Gonna climb that mountain, Prospect Mountain, in the middle of a snowstorm. I'm psyched, but a little worried. Not for myself, more for a different aspect of this thing, this whole adventure that I never really thought about that much. I thought about me and whether I can do it. Absolutely I can do it, but my vehicle, I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about whether I can get to the trailhead in my car in the middle of a storm and then get back to my car after I climb through the rest of the storm. Will it be safe? Will I be able to get back home? I'm not worried about myself. I can climb that mountain. I'm pretty sure of that. My vehicle, that's what I'm concerned about. Let's go do a little recon, see where I'll be parking. Okay, I'm heading up to the trailhead for Prospect Mountain. It's on a back road up off the main drag in Lake George. I want to see what it's going to be like, or what the conditions will be like if I attempt to park here in the middle of the storm, do the hike, and then come down after another foot of snow comes down. Is it feasible? Can I pull off, get out of the way of the plow? Will I be able to get out if I come back down, when I come back down? So here's the trailhead. It's basically stairs that go over the Northway and head up Prospect Mountain. There they are. Those stairs go up. That bridge goes over the Northway. So that's where you would go. So this is where I would have to park. If I come here Sunday morning, that means there's probably already a foot of snow when I get here. If I can pull off, I will. Just like this. And like I said, I'm assuming there's going to be at least a foot of snow already. Then I will do my climb. It's going to take hours, a good part of the day, Sunday. Then I will have to come back down, hoping that plows have gone by, so I could, if I do get the car out of this spot that I'll be in, that I can actually drive on the road once I get out. I brought a shovel with me. I got some ice melt, to get myself out. So there'll be another foot of snow after I come back down. The car will be buried. Plows will probably have pushed me in, plowed me in, and I'll have to get myself out to even attempt to get home. That's if these roads are plowed. The funny thing is that when I thought about doing this, I was more concerned about myself, asking myself, can you do it? Of course I can do it. I was born and raised in the Northeast. I know how to dress for the weather. I've climbed the anniversary 2 years ago of Martin Luther King. I climbed one of the high peaks in the Adirondacks. I never got out of the teens. So can I do it? Yes, I can do it. It's not me. It's the traveling part. Getting to here during the storm. It's not after the storm. It's while the storm is going on. Parking here while the storm is going on. Climbing the mountain. Climbing the mountain is not going to be, it's going to be a big deal, but it's not going to be that big a deal. Coming back down after another foot of snow has fallen, digging out my car and trying to travel to get back home, because I'm not spending the night Sunday. So I would have to travel Sunday to get back home. So really, that's the part of it I really wasn't thinking about. I was always thinking about myself. Can I do it? Yes, I can do it. As a matter of fact, if I wasn't up here attempting to do this, I work for the news. I'd be pressed into service. I'd be out in the middle of it, like most of my colleagues are going to be. So, I don't know. It's tough. I'm going to have to think about this a little bit more. So I came up on the trail a little ways that I'll be taking tomorrow to go to Prospect, and it's already starting to snow. It's Saturday about noon before the real storm hits, and it's already snowing, so it's no longer the calm before the storm. It's coming. I'm checking out the trail, and it's going to be a tough trail. You can see where it has thawed, well, frozen, then thawed, run off, refroze. It's all icy, and the trail is, you know, there's places you're going to probably want to go around as opposed to going up the trail because it's all frozen ice. I'm going to need my spikes for sure. Still not sure. We've taken in all the factors, whether I'm going to do it or not. It's, you know, there's a lot of X factors that worry me. Not so much the trail. If that was all, if I got dropped off at the trailhead and said go climb and come back down and we'll bring you home, that would be okay. I would have no problem with that. It's all the little things, the traveling to getting here while it's going on, and then trying to get home afterwards is going to be tough. It's the traveling more than anything else. The hiking, I enjoy this. This is, you know, I like this. So that's not a big deal. But it's the traveling. So it's definitely going to be a last minute decision. I'm going to be very disappointed if I can't do this. So since I'm out here anyways, I figure what the hell, I might as well hike around a little bit. It already kind of has that, you know, extreme feel to it. This is a walk in the park compared to what tomorrow will be like. But I'm getting a sense of what it will be. And like I said, it'll be something. It's, you know, ooh, I'd love to do it. But we'll see. I'm not sure about the vehicle and the traveling. But this part excites me. I would love to do that. It's cold. It's really starting to come down now pretty good since the last time I shot something. So we'll see. So I'm out here wandering around today in the woods, the day before the storm, and I could tell that I'm going to need a lot more layers, a lot more, you know, heavy duty stuff to put on, thermals and wicking layers and all sorts of whatever I got, I'll be putting on. And I noticed that my face, uncovered like this, needs that layer over my face, and I have one of those pullover ones that have the cover that goes over your nose and mouth, and I'll be needing that because it's supposed to get bitter tomorrow, so I'll have to have that for sure. And I have you know, more layers of socks. I'll be wearing all sorts of long johns and wicking underwear and anything you can think of. I brought it all, and I would be wearing that. So maybe I'll lay that all out for you and show you when I get back while I'm waiting to make my decision. So I wanted to show you what I'll be wearing tomorrow if I take on this hike. First things first, I'm going to have me a No Resolutions IPA. Alright, I'll be wearing everything that's on top of this bed right now, and it's quite a bit. So let's get through it. I'll go real fast. Socks, we'll start with the feet. Wicking layer, Under Armour socks. Then over that, Smart Wool, heavy duty socks. These will do the trick. They're thicker. Normal underwear. Then the North Face wicking long johns, thinner, but they'll do the trick. Then we move up to a heavier long john, which will be over that. Now this is thick. This will keep me warm. They will be under this final layer of pants, which is bushcraft pants. The snow goes off them, and they're breathable, and it's a nice final layer. Then we move up. Move this a little bit. We move up to the torso, which is a wicking layer long sleeve shirt. And on top of that, a mock neck long sleeve shirt. Then a sweatshirt. And then my fleece. This thing has never failed me. I've had it for over 30 years. I used to use it cross-country skiing, and it works really good. Then on the head, I have the Timberland knit hat, and then I have the pullover tuck inside your coat with that thing that goes over your face to keep your nose and mouth warm. Then these gloves are good. They're they're ski gloves, but they're thick. And then just in case, I'm going to bring these to put underneath, in case my fingers get cold, because my fingers tend to have a problem. So 2 layers of gloves. And then this, which is serious. I only wear this in serious conditions. It's my winter coat, Legendary. It's a great coat, insulated. I just put the hood on it. That's insulated. This thing is heavy. It's a coat of coat. So there it is. So all the stuff on the bed is what I'll be wearing tomorrow on me. But we should take a look at the gear I'll be wearing, or bringing, I should say. The stuff I'll be bringing, the snowshoes, the cleats, all that stuff. What do you need for a climb like this? Well, a good set of nuts is important, which is why I always bring my lightly salted bag of almonds. They're a good snack. So the walk itself, what are you going to use? Snowshoes. Thank you, Sharon and Peter, for lending me these. I've tried them once before. I'll have to try them on again just to make sure I remember how to tie them right. There is a right and a left to these, by the way. Then, if I'm not using those and I'm just hiking with my boots, I'll be using this. These are spikes. They're called micro spikes. I'll show you what they look like. This is what they look like on. Thank you, Sony Stark. She turned me onto these a couple of years ago. Shout out to Sony. And I won't use anything else after that. Gaiters. They keep your pants, your pant legs in place. If you had the kind that might get wet and get ice on them, it keeps that from happening because they're slick. I'll have pants that really won't need that, but it's nice to have these on to keep them nice and tight and in place. Trekking poles, of course. Expandable. Don't trek without them. Then all this stuff here is actually always in my day pack. Let me see if I can go in a little bit. Okay. So paracord always in there. The almonds, like I said. Fire starting kit, of course. Compass. Headlamp. Multi-tool with flashlight. Lifesaver water filtration system. Maps. The emergency blanket. First aid kit. Collapsible cup. Binoculars. I may or may not bring these. I really won't need them. There ain't going to be much to see in a snowstorm. And Mula, of course. In case any bears try to get me, or Robert Garrow. If you don't know who he is, look him up. You'll know why I said that. And, a rain jacket that I always keep in there. It's big enough that, you could make some sort of makeshift shelter if you needed to out of it. So that's it. That's the gear I'll be using. And then I'm going to try to shoot the whole thing. And I've noticed today, on that short little trip I did, that the batteries died right away. So in the extreme cold, the batteries on these cameras just go quickly. So that's going to be an issue. So we'll see. Maybe I'll show you the camera gear afterwards. When I was putting my stuff back in my backpack, I realized that I always keep granola bars in there. There's 3 or 4 of them in here. They're always good to have in there. Just one more thing that was in my backpack I wanted to show you. In case there's no St. Bernard to the rescue with the whiskey barrel around his neck, I'm bringing my own cherry brandy. Here's the camera gear I'll be using. Most of this will be coming with me. I don't think I'll be bringing the tripod. I'll bring the little tripod. That is a charger to plug in things as they die. The cords to go with that. That died in my little excursion today. So everything in this box is camera or video related. That bag is also everything in there. A lot of GoPro stuff. 99% of it I won't be using. So I'm going to go in light. Just what I need to get through. And I got a feeling I'm not going to be able to shoot very much. Once I start, I've noticed that it just dies right away. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll be able to get some shots. I'll have to be aware of what's going on. So if something does happen, I can at least shoot something. So I'm heading to the trailhead. It's Sunday, 9:45. So I'm going to go to the trailhead, see if I can pull over, see if I can park. Just wanted to give you a quick shot. That's downtown Lake George, Sunday morning in a snowstorm. I'm going to take a couple of back roads, see what it's like back here. This may or may not be plowed properly. Alright, I'm heading up to the pull-off spot. It's uphill, but this car's okay. We're doing pretty good with this. I'm not having an issue. I mean, it's no Subaru, but it's doing it. Here's the hard part though. This is that dead-end road. There's no tracks on this. But it has been plowed, I can tell, because it's not that deep. But it hasn't been plowed in a while. Alright. Yeah. There's the stairs leading to where I want to go. And oh boy. Well, one or two things. I can plow my way in with some speed, or I can get out and shovel a spot. I think I'll plow in. Wish I could see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Fun, fun, fun. Daddy, take our T-bird away. Yahoo! And we are stuck. Oh yeah, we're stuck. I'm in the snowbank. I'm screwed. Well, that was not fun at all. It just took me a half hour to dig myself out of a spot I tried to pull myself in. The snow is a lot deeper off the side of the road than I thought it was. That spot. Oh yeah, I had to dig. I had to practically crawl underneath the car to get the snow that was stuffed up underneath it. Wouldn't let me out. So I'm gonna go down and park. It's gonna take me a longer walk to get here, but I'm gonna have to park down below. Oh, that was not fun, getting stuck in that. I had to take some layers off because I started sweating, shoveling the car out. So I'm gonna go down a little bit further, down into the little village, and see if I can't find a spot down there someplace where I can park. So after about a half hour digging myself out this morning, and then digging myself out trying to park at the trailhead, I came to a different spot. It's a secondary spot. I've climbed this before. You can still get to the Prospect Mountain from here. It's the rest area past the first Lake George exit. I'm not sure what that is, but I wasn't going to get stuck again. So what I did was actually shoveled a parking spot in this rest area, because the rest of the rest area is a lot of snow. And that's what the mistake I made last time, was plowing into that crap, and I got stuck. So if there's no snow under your car, you'll be able to dig tracks out and get out a little bit better. So I'm gonna have to take a break because I'm exhausted from shoveling 3 times already today, and I haven't even started the hike. So my concerns about the traveling and parking were well founded. So, but it's a beautiful day for a hike. But that's the trail I'll be going up there, going up, and then Prospect is over there someplace. But we'll see. You know, I'm not crazy enough to if I can't make it to the top, if I don't feel like I want to go all the way to the top, I'm not going to go to the top. To quote Clint Eastwood in Magnum Force, man's got to know his limitations. So I'll know mine. And this ain't it yet. I'm not letting this stop me from doing what I want to do. I'm about an hour in, maybe a little more. This is next level stuff, man. I'm not on any trail. I'm on the mountain just to the right of Prospect. I think Prospect's trail is that way, maybe a quarter mile, maybe a little more, I don't know. But I'm not on any trail right now, I'm just bushwhacking. It is so painfully slow going. Thank goodness I got my snowshoes on, because if I didn't, there's no walking around in this stuff without them. Well, you could, but you'd be picking your feet up and down through the snow like crazy. I had my spikes on originally, went from the parking lot to the edge of where I was going to be heading in, and I went right back to the car and changed out and got my snowshoes on. So, I mean, I won't be using the spikes today. It's all snowshoes. So, we'll see. I'm going to keep going a little bit further. We'll see. Playing it by ear. Don't have to get to the top. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to the top, because I would have had to start a lot earlier. It's so slow that I would have had to start like 8 o'clock in the morning to get up there. So we'll see. I'll play it by ear. I'm taking it slow. I'm exhausted already from shoveling 3 times this morning. So it's nice out here. I feel comfortable where the car is, so I can get it out. I've already done it 3 times. So I'm not worried about that. So I'm just going to walk around out here a little bit, head up and see how far I can get before I call it. But so far, I'm enjoying it. Found the trail to Prospect Mountain. I came onto it way up a lot further than down, down where it started, because I came up from a different way. But I'm not going up any further. This is it. This is it for me. It's too grueling, too hard. I'm not gonna make it. So it was fun. This is probably the last. My battery keeps dying, so this is the last video I'll probably make until I get back down to the car, unless something crazy happens. But it was fun. I had a good time. Actually, just a funny note, while I was standing here, a guy on little tiny snowshoes actually went running by me down the trail. How you doing? Clip clop, just went, it was funny, actually. It has really started coming down again. I'm on my way back to the car, but this is a pretty good burst right here. We got a lot of snow. It's definitely a winter wonderland, and man, it's coming down. I need to get trapped out here. Survival would be tough out here. Shelter and fire, obviously, would be the order of the day. But I'm not that far from the car. I'll get there. It's tough going though, very slow. Slow, slow, slow. All right, made it. Woo! That was something else. Man, oh man. You know what they say about those type of things? It doesn't build character, it reveals it. But wow, that was something else. Oh, I got a lot of stuff on. I needed it all. I'll tell you, there was a couple of times where It was coming down pretty good out there. I don't want to get too cold too fast. But all in all, man, what a trip. This was, wow, it was extreme, but fun. I had a good time. I wish I didn't have to dig out the car so many times. I wouldn't have been so tired. But I didn't make it to the top. I didn't go to the top. I figured, what the hell, you know, I'm out here having fun. It would have took way too long. It was so arduous to go through this stuff, especially bushwhacking. When I finally got over to the trail that leads up to Prospect, people had been walking by already. They had their snowshoes and they walked by, and they, you know, they blazed the trail. That was a lot easier. I used that for a little bit, and you know, going where somebody had already, you know, walked was a lot easier. Bushwhacking, you're going down at least a foot. With the snowshoes, you're going down at least a foot before you have to bring your other foot back up. So when you're bushwhacking, just think of every time you take a step, you have to bring your foot up, or your shoes up a foot before you can take another step. So that was arduous. My legs are going to be feeling it tomorrow for sure. But all in all, it was a great trip. I enjoyed it, and I don't think I'll be doing it again anytime soon, but it was fun. I had a good time.